Well, it's kind of a family thing. My dad's in the Army, my brother's a Marine.
I joined the Army because my dad was in Vietnam. He was in the 101st and the LURS unit in Vietnam.
My other brother's in the Navy.
I have a sister that was in the Marine Corps.
Both grandparents fought in the war.
I was inspired by my family.
And a brother-in-law and a half-brother that was all in the Marine Corps.
My grandfather was a Marine.
All my family's very patriotic, supports the military.
My father was in the Army for a while, and my stepfather's in the National Guard.
And I'm just doing my part to live up to, the titles that my father and grandfather held before me.
Me, I found school kind of boring.
I tried college.
Myself, graduated second in my class. I'm just like, I'm tired of school.
I tried working.
Doing construction, just making day by day,
Claims filer. Filed claims for a credit portion of Bank of America and worked at a greenhouse and worked in a couple kitchens.
Trying to live, trying to survive.
So my other option was, hey, you can try the military, see how that is, and if that don't work out for you, hey, get out and go back to school.
Finally decided, it was time to give it a shot.
Kind of needed the immediate support for myself and my family. And
it looks good on resume. Money.
So, I was always fascinating from the movies, and then one day a recruiter approached me and said, hey, if you want to join the Army. I was like, okay, and here I am.
When I first got to the Bela Bowl area, I got off the copter and I was just like, holy hell, what is this?
And I looked around, I couldn't see Fa Belo anywhere, and I was like, where is this place? And one of the guys on a gator, one of our ATVs, he pointed over at a mud hut inside a HESCO barrier, and he said, that's Belo. And I was like, oh wow. Yeah, it was interesting seeing Belo for the first time.
It was like landing on the beaches of Normandy. This place is, it's a little rustic. It's not exactly what I expected.
And when you arrive here, it's a shock from being in such a developed area to being here.
Because there's nothing out here, nothing. You got this mud hut that we're living in now and a bunch of wire. That's about it.
I said, oh man, this is going to be a long year.
We're living in mud huts, basically Afghanistan homes, where we improve them as much as we can, but it's still a mud hut.
It's kind of like camping, minus like the fun.
The bathrooms, for urinary purposes, there's a tube in the ground fed into a chamber, and it disposes itself that way. And for number two, you go into a trash bag and you throw it in a burn pit, and it all gets burned.
The mice crawling around underneath your bed. Here in a couple months, or in this month probably, we'll get snakes crawling through the roofs. We all got plastic up on our roofs and wood to keep them from falling in on you while you sleep.
Bust my ass. When I got here, I was like, wow. But it's my home now, It's crazy because you go on a patrol and we come back and this is the only thing I could think of is coming home, coming to here.
we get a lot of privileges out here, as far as internet, telephone, pretty decent food.
Oh yeah! I'll try some of this pizza.
He's out of there getting them, but. They got a ranch for the chicken.
We eat the same thing a million times in a row, so it gets redundant, but it's still not bad.
This is just typical. Really? I thought you had to have pay-per-view for this crap. Don't probably like last year's, okay? AFN reruns a goddamn TV show that fucking last year.
The terrain, oh my goodness. The terrain, it's rough terrain.
It sucks. I didn't even know God created a place like this. I don't know why you'd want to live here.
We're like in the middle of nothing right now.
Mountains. Mountains kind of intimidated me a little bit.
Most people would definitely not like being here.
At times, this place looks like the gates of Mordor in Lord of the Rings. And you think we're going to go fight Orkai instead of Taliban.
And I'm looking around and I'm seeing rocks and I'm seeing dust and sand. I'm like, okay, I'm in hell.
But certain parts of this place are just beautiful. I mean, you can't compare it to anywhere else in the world. It's just the orchards, the springs, the rivers. I mean, it's beautiful.
Kill Taliban. Kill. That's all I want to do.
Motherfuckers bombed the buildings. What do you want me to say?
They attacked us on 9/11. I mean, I live not too far from New York City, and I saw that, and that was a horrible day. That was horrible.
If you can cut off it leaving the country where you believe originates from, it's not going to come to you on your doorstep.
So they want, if they could do that, then we can come here and kill them. I mean, they attacked us.
Stopping the terror here before it gets a chance to reach Europe or it gets a chance to reach the United States or any other part of the world.
And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make the world a better place, install freedom in other nations that are not free. And Afghanistan was not free before we got here.
We don't want them to be Americans. We don't want them to act like Americans, dress like Americans.
Us trying to help them become as good as us.
We're here to stabilize these people areas so they can actually live their lives.
For us to help out them to become a better civilization is basically the blunt of this mission.
I think our mission out here is to suck, but that's all I could think of.
Soldiers are soldiers, basically the ones that first terms come in. They're like, why are we here?
Now, if I remember right, one of the first reasons we came here was because of Osama bin Laden. I mean, I guess we're still looking for him.
Why are we doing this? This doesn't make any sense. For whatever reason, mostly there's never enough to go around.
This is a big dusty area. There's nothing out here. There's no oil. That's what only people think about is oil.
If you own the oil well, if you own the land, if you own the information services, you know, you get what you want. And human wants are unlimited, so the people at the top take when the people at the bottom don't have.
Us just coming here and taking out a few people is going to change that much. I just hope that we can get rid of the people that are going to affect us, and then after that, I hope they can rebuild this society on their own, because we're not going to be here forever.
this is a huge area for a 50-man to try to control.
Then you look at a map and you actually see the area we're covering. Sometimes it looks overwhelming. You know, we're very limited on roads. They're not developed roads around here.
You can't get to it in Humvees and in other kind of vehicles and stuff like that.
So in order to accomplish the mission we need to accomplish, walking is absolutely the best way to get around here.
Here, your entire mission is on foot. I think it's the best way to get to the enemy. It's the way we're trained. This is the infantry job. This is the infantry dream right here.
I was watching the movies back home and seeing like the movie Platoon and Saving Private Ryan, and I was like, I always want to do that. Now I'm here doing it. It's pretty cool.
It just sucks, regardless.
That's all. I'm done. I'm sick of life. I'm tired. I'm going to jail.
We walk a lot with a gun, an awful lot with a gun. And that's about it.
If you'd have told me when I joined the Army how far I would be walking, I would have probably punched you.
And we're patrolling so far and so long with so much weight.
It's kind of like carrying Rosie O'Donnell after a pie eating contest. It's pretty bad.
When I leave the gate, I carry I'm wearing the standard body armor that the U.S. troops wear.
Like 1,000 rounds on me. I carry a lot of weight.
My basic combat load.
Radio.
You have your grenades,
missile.
You have your smoke, you have your flares.
Mortar rounds, food, clothes.
You have your marking devices.
Extra ammunition for my saw gunner.
We carry around mortar tubes.
The sniper rifle, and usually about 400 machine gun rounds.
This looks a lot heavier than it is.
As much as I think I can put on my back, and you know, not physically harm myself is what I carry.
Almost 100 pounds.
It's close to 70 or 80 pounds, but that's the upward.
We go out as a pretty heavy unit.
I probably weigh about like 300 pounds total. But whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
And we got to be able to sustain a 3-day firefight.
It's harder. It tears up the body. It tears up the body at a tremendous cost.
Fatigue. I mean, really deep fatigue.
Anybody back home that bitches because their life's too hard? Fuck them. Fuck that shit. Climb mountains for a living. I earned that 10th mountain patch.
Our altitude is like 8,000 feet.
It's really hurting because we go up mountains. Go back down mountains.
I mean, we're up in the air. Man, it's pretty bad. Breathing's hard.
It's like a rules of engagement of that ain't even bad, man. Having high ground is disadvantage.
But I mean, all you gotta do is put one foot in front of the other and you just keep going.
And even if it hurts, I just keep going. And trust me, it hurts, but
The way I get through it is I tell myself, yeah, just quit, just quit. And I keep telling myself, yeah, I'm just gonna quit right here. And then my body just doesn't let me go. My body doesn't let me stop.
I find a really good memory and stick to it.
I picture home, honestly, I do. I picture like my friends and stuff back home.
It usually keeps it going.
It's not fun, but sometimes it feels good. Not usually, but sometimes.
Taliban they're no joke. I mean, I never took them jokingly.
They're doing the same thing that I would be if somebody came in and tried taking over my front yard. I think I'd fight back too.
They fought the British, they fought the Russians, now they're fighting us.
They've been doing this for a lot longer than I have, so there's pretty good respect for them.
I think it's a lack of education.
That's how the Taliban is. They don't care. Women, dogs, kids, pig, everything. They'll destroy everything.
Somebody is teaching them wrong, and other people are thinking like every Muslim out there is bad.
Their religion, they're just, that's all they think about.
They're normal people that get caught up in the wrong things.
I think they're crazy.
Well, they're not stupid. They're getting smarter about their tactics, which is kind of scary.
Personally, I got a lot of respect because when they fight, they fight. You know, they fight with us, and that's what makes it fun.
I've seen more action in this tour than I've ever dreamed of seeing in the military. Saw an IED blast yesterday. We were about 30 meters away from an IED blast. One A&A guy, an Afghan National Army guy, got some shrapnel in the leg. Being 30 meters away from an IED, that was pretty memorable right there. I'm really thankful that no coalition forces got killed in that action. That's tip of everybody's mind right now. It could just be because it happened yesterday, but I'm pretty sure that's gonna stay with me for a while.
A little bit on a time, a little bit. So are we gonna stand which truck? Right here?
It's a lot more difficult to fight here, I think, than in a city.
The most frustrating part is knowing exactly where the enemy is, but you can't get to him because of mountains or because of the terrain.
They know every little hole, every little cave, every little escape route. They know which way we can get to them. They know which way we will come.
They probably know we're coming, and sometimes we are moving so slow that they're just like basically walking away from us.
A tough fight. I know they're little sneaky guys.
Try to pick a fight and then run, pick a fight and run.
Or even if they do fight, they'll just pop a couple shots and spray and pray, and they'll run up into the mountains.
It frustrates my guys because it's like, okay, you shoot at me, don't just shoot at me and run away. Shoot at me and, hey, let's have a party.
I mean, I'm sure if I was one of them, I'd do the same thing, you know?
And it's like a magician trick.
Just flee.
You get frustrated when you don't know what the trick is all about.
And it gets kind of stressful because, I mean, that's our job, to fish out the Taliban. But when you can't find them over and over and over again, it gets stressful. It gets in your head, and you just start freaking out. You're just like, ah.
You got to be pretty easy out here, or else you're gonna go crazy.
There's a lot of rules to the stuff that goes on out here. We're not allowed to do much of anything unless it's done to us first.
Can I shoot this person? Oh wait, he just shot at me. Now I can shoot at him, so on and so forth, and that can change too. So I think it's a little ridiculous.
Which I don't personally like, because they're out there trying to kill us, and that's that. I mean, I wish we could just go out and do the same right back to them, but... Whoa.
It brings you down, and you're just like, well, then what am I doing here?
I think if they let us do what we want, we could own this country in a week.
Yeah, I think if we got a better green light, you know, to go do more, we could definitely end this quicker.
If I had the power, I don't have the power, so I can't really say that. If I had the power, I guess I'd push out a little further, but yeah, I don't have the power, so I don't get to make those judgments.
We're the forgotten ones. People think Afghanistan has been blown in the wind.
Nobody even really knows we're here, but I sure know we're here, because I'm here.
Sometimes it feels like Afghanistan is kind of the lost war, it's kind of the forgotten war.
This is what we first looked at before we even went to Iraq. This was our first objective, and you know, we're still here, we're still fighting, but it seems you don't hear about Afghanistan on the news. You don't see it on TV every day.
Because all the attention is in Iraq. I mean, we're still here.
I know Iraq sucks and it's pretty hard. This place sucks too, so I'm not asking for coverage or anything. Just people know that we're here.
I'm not CNN material.
If they don't report us, it's no big. I'm not trying to get famous. I'm just trying to serve my country.
It gets a little hectic knowing you're all the way up here and not too many people can support you.
You get that self-sorrow.
If in every unit, and if you go to any unit, they would be frustrated because they want, okay, hey, let's get the hands off of us. Let the dogs loose. Let us roam the hills.
It don't seem like we're not supplied so much.
If I give you a job to work on a car, and I just give you a screwdriver and says, okay, go to work, I'm gonna look at you and say, well, I'm gonna need more equipment to finish this car.
The guys who go to Iraq and, you know, to the bigger fights get a lot better stuff. And I don't know, it's weird.
Nobody wants peace more than a soldier either. The protesters in America or any country, protesting's a lot easier than actually fighting it.
We want you to rethink.
People forget. A lot of people forget. They're always really quick to start a war.
When's the last time you seen a senator out in the Balo Bowl doing patrol with you? Take it as it is. You are a ground pounder. You are part of the fighting force. You're a stabilizer, and that's all you need to think about.
The other day I seen on TV people protesting the war and burning a soldier and an American flag. I don't understand that. I don't understand some of these people.
If I ever go back to the States and I see those people protesting against people that died in Afghanistan and Iraq, if they go to the funerals, and if I ever see that, like what Cindy Sheehan does, if I ever see that kind of stuff, it's going to be hard for me not to go up there and knock some heads in.
Hopefully, I hope when history books are written, we were right here, you know? People can say whatever they want to say. You know, you can come here for a year, 6 months, and still not really know exactly what's going on.
Pick your head up.
Only time's gonna tell if what we did here had a positive effect. I don't want to be remembered as the Russia, you know, that invaded this country and laid it to waste.